Hello, everyone. Jorge here with Avalos Cloud Native and Nexus Technologies. Nexus for linking, Nexus for connecting. So Jorge here, based in Montreal, Canada, and I'm looking for 20 people. 20 people who wants to start careers, not just one career, but many careers. And you're gonna do it. We're gonna do it with a batch of people, basically in a community, the community way, which is the best way for us to think about trying to engage people to work together, create assets, businesses, and much, much more. So we have a few questions for you today. Question is, are you looking to learn and grow your career in IT? Is this something that you're looking for? Reach out to me. Are you ready to lead? One thing is doing the work, being the engineer. Another thing is like you want to lead in maybe in your team. You want to be one of the best employees. You want to be one of the best entrepreneurs. Reach out to us. We have a lot to share with you. What are you gonna do with this? What would you do in this AI revolution, right? What's holding you back from not starting a career? So again, I'm Jorge Avalo, based in Montreal, Canada, and looking for 20 people who wants to start a career in IT. I got a lot to share from different industries, from oil and gas, living in Alberta, living in BC, living in Ontario, working providing services for government agencies, and many other industries. Okay, so what's holding you back? What will you do in this AI revolution? Are you ready to lead in IT? Are you ready to basically grow your career in IT? Well, I got a career path for you, which I'm gonna show you right now. So let me share this other template, right? So for those people who have zero experience in IT and networking in general, most of um, you know that I have a community with Cloud Underground, which is a company from the US, and we run the DevSecOps Studio, where we collaborate, we share, and much, much more. But that's all based on services, cloud native, which is open source. But for those people who have zero experience, also, and wants to have a straight line of a straight career path, where we thought that cloud native technologies also involve networking. So we were talking about it, and we said, why don't we try to teach in networking, which is basically used for everything. You need networking, no matter what, whether you're doing blockchain or AI or cloud native or anything. You need things to connect. You need things to communicate, right? Computers, systems, how to do segregation or segmentation of different subnets and different IP addresses or routing and switching and firewall. Well, we partnered up with a company which is going to help us to provide those trainings, the training. I'm going to help you to understand how it works, okay? So basically, it's only 20 spots, okay? 20 people for the first people on this batch in Montreal, Canada, or across the country. It doesn't matter where you're located. We can always take you and you can do the online training. So we're trying to help people to become network engineers towards a path of cybersecurity, which is what I do. So network engineering is one thing, routing, switching. You learn firewalls, how things are connecting, what the next generation of firewalls is doing, like checking for signatures, um, basically doing segregation, segmentation of networks, and know how to do a side-to-side connection between two firewalls, maybe between a firewall and a router. How do you encrypt the connection? And all those networking features that you may have when working with network devices. So on top of that, this is a company that is going to help you to get there with live sessions, recording, PDF, labs from the vendor. You may ask, who is the vendor? Well, the vendor is the most known one: Cisco, Fortinet, Palo Alto, Checkpoint. Okay, so you can get certified by the vendor if you pay for the exams. Okay, and also you're going to have labs from this in-house training with live session and an instructor. It will not be one-on-one; it will be groups. Okay, so if you're trying to become a network engineer, right, reach out to me and I'll help you to get there and form or maybe map out a career path for you to get there and just to start a new life, a new career that you didn't have to spend $20,000, $40,000 going to college or university. And maybe by just spending $2,000 or $3,000 the whole year, paying the certs, the course, the life trainings, the coaching, you basically started a new career just like that. And it's possible because I do it. I'm a network engineer, I'm a cybersecurity professional, I'm telling you that you can get there without actually going to college. I'll show you how to do the exams by the vendor or practitioners exams. I'll show you where to do the labs with this company that I found. And so you will have a career as a network engineer. Then I'm gonna add the cybersecurity experience and skills that I have, right? And you will have 1 year of coaching from me. How I got to be a cybersecurity professional, how I got to be a network professional. What are those industries that are hiring the most, right? When it comes to the market, when it comes to companies, when it comes to pay scales, when it comes to what should you write or put in your resume, interviews. Well, I'm gonna help you with that. And there is a little trick about this, and I'm gonna tell you right now what's the trick. The trick is terminology, knowledge. If you have a broad knowledge of many systems and you specialize in maybe one thing to start off, and then you choose, network engineering, cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is big. People always ask me, like, cybersecurity, but what area of cybersecurity? Are you talking about network security? Are you talking about endpoint security? What are frameworks that you use for cybersecurity? So it's a lot into cybersecurity. But for network engineers, the only thing you got to think of is usually um, segmentation, segregation, how to separate subnets, how to configure a firewall, how to create access rules, um, how to do routing and switching and what we call layer 2s, layer 3 devices. Okay, so for a price of $999 Canadian, do we have only one course from Cisco? Okay, plus my coaching in cybersecurity, how to get there, right? A lot of information, right? And it's not I'm going to show you one product, but I'm going to show you how to get there, plus the coaching for 1 year. So the coaching will include access to Cloud Underground right here, which is the DevSecOps Studio, where we chat about technology every single day, okay? And there is a lot to offer here in this dojo too as well. It's only 20 spots. So for $999, you have live training, instructor, PDF, access to vendor vouchers for the exams, my experience in cybersecurity and network engineering, and my coaching for 1 year, plus access to Cloud Underground, which is a private community for free, a dojo, where I'll be coaching you about not just networking or cybersecurity, but I'm going to be talking to you about cloud native technologies, my experience, vendors, companies, pay scales, Canada, and much, much more. Okay? Don't need to spend $5,000, $10,000. I can get you there. But why? Because I had done the job. Companies, most of the time, they don't care about your local certification from your college or your diploma. They care about the certifications, the interviews, how can you talk, how can you sell yourself, and what you know, right? Does this person can resolve this problem? Does he understand what is a proxy? Does he understand what is a DPI? Deep packet inspection. Does he understand what is subnetting, interfaces, site-to-site connection, SSL VPN, all these concepts? I'll be able to give you a knowledge transfer where you're actually getting um, live classes with a private institute from Guatemala in this case, in English, Spanish, or French, because we're gonna have instructions in French too eventually. Right now we don't have it, but on top of that, I'm gonna show you this framework that we have. If you get to join my community, okay, I'm gonna show you what Cloud Underground does. The other company I was talking to you about, right? So this is Cloud Underground, free, open source, cloud native technologies, right? This is the coaching I'm gonna give you, knowledge transfer of other technologies, so you can have uh, a big, broad knowledge of many technologies out there. So again, we preach about AI, cybersecurity, blockchain, and cloud native technologies. So Cloud Underground have this framework called the ABT framework, the automated boring things. Okay, so they have a mentorship program where you become a mentee. So if you are a mentee and a student, right, you have access to the mentor. In this case, it's gonna be me. Okay, and if mentees are doing well, if you're learning, you have something to show, you have something to prove, you're building assets, you're collaborating, you build a relationship with me and Cloud Underground, because I have my own company, Lake Cloud Canada. I'm a personal brand. You have access to a job boards that Cloud Underground. So basically, they're posting jobs. If they think you can do the job, you want to take it, they will give it to you. Okay. So in the mentorship program from Cloud on the Ground, you learn cloud native technologies. They don't focus on teaching you the networking. That's why I'm adding that separate, okay, with another company. That's all included, okay? The $999. And then you can deliver projects with Cloud on the Ground, okay? So they have a lot of traffic. They already have a name out there. A lot of companies will be coming to them to deliver cloud native technologies, cybersecurity services, and much more. Okay. So if you learn and you show us that you want to be innovative person, you want to be someone who is sharing, learning, building assets, welcome to the dojo. It's free. Anyone can participate, and you can be part of this beautiful family. Okay. So again, ask these questions again. What's holding you back? Are you ready to face the AI revolution? Right? Are you looking to grow your career in IT? Well, it's all up to you what you want to follow or what you want to step in. So again, you will have access to these vendors. Okay. The Cisco one, there is one course for free, the initial one, and after that you have to pay for the CCNA, which is another certification, and each course have a certification path and is separate. So we can give you the basics of each vendor, and then you will have to follow the training, which is I don't know, $400 for each course after. But the coaching and the initial information that you can get from me and my experience and how you can break the market, how you can break interviews, and get a job without actually spending $20,000 or $10,000. I don't even think that you will spend even $5,000, to be honest. You're spending maximum maybe less than $3,000 by the time you get certified, because each of these vendors, they have different products. So all depending on what exam you want to do and what career path you want to. There is an expert path, there is a professional path, there is an entry level path. There's many. So it will be all up to you. But I can guarantee you that it will be less than $5,000, and you can change your career and start making over 75 to 80 to 100K to 150, even to 200K. If you're really good at what you do, yeah, it is possible to make 200K. If you know networking and cybersecurity, it's really possible, and you don't need to go to college. I can guarantee you that, because that's what I do for a living. Okay, so again, you got EduTech to give you the network training. You got Cloud on the Ground for the free community and the open source cloud native information and the family that we got there. And you got my private coaching included with all these for $999. You know what? You challenge your first exam, you challenge your second, your third exam in 1 year. In 1 year, you can change your life and have a broad knowledge on many areas, not just in network, but cloud native, blockchain, AI, and much, much more. Of course, you have to dedicate time, and it will be basically a lot of discipline. Okay, so let me open this page over here that I made. So basically, this is how it works. If you're looking to work with us, so you say you got no experience, you're here on the top. Then you join the network engineer program, okay? And this network engineer program, with the whole bundle that I have with that company and myself, you have my coaching, okay, for 1 year. With my coaching, okay, you're gonna learn cloud native technologies, open source, blockchain. I'm gonna give you career path coaching about how to break in the market, resumes, what to say, not to say, increase your terminology so you can sell yourself and say, when you go for an interview, people can say, oh, wow, this person can talk pretty much about anything tech, right? So, so we see here open source, which is cloud native. You get cloud native skills, and you're gonna have general knowledge on many systems. So that will help you to get into your IT entry level. Okay. What we have here on this side here, we got edu to training, which they're gonna give you the network skills, and I'm gonna add a cybersecurity track. Why? Because firewalls is part of cybersecurity. Firewalls, they do a scanning for signatures, but no malwares out there. Okay. And then maybe eventually, aside from managing network devices like routers, switches, firewalls, you learn maybe some endpoint security. Basically, products that go in the computer, and they can do a lot more than networking, like scanning for viruses, and maybe learning how to manage a firewall on the endpoint, because you got network firewalls, you got endpoint firewalls, you got network proxies, and you got endpoint proxies, right? Aside from that, you have the coaching from me, which will give you access to the dojo right away for free. and you got a family with Cloud Underground, plus they got job boards or jobs that they will be posting for you to take it. Okay. So again, I'm Jorge Avalo, based in Montreal. I'm looking for 20 people who wants to change their life, 20 people who wants to start a career in IT, 20 people who wants to basically innovate and start building assets. Because eventually, once you learn cloud native skills, you will know that you can build a lot of different systems. Many different ideas will come on board. Maybe you will peer with other students, and you want to build. Someone will be the infrastructure person, the main platform. The other person will be the networking person. The other person will be the containers or the web server people, or the front end, back end. So everyone will decide exactly what is it that they like the most. Maybe database administration, maybe just automating things, maybe who knows? There is many areas. That's what I'm telling you. Like IT, cybersecurity, IT is bro, right? Like information and technology. You got network, okay, network engineering is a lot, right? Firewall, routing, switching, load balancers, that's a lot in there too. That's the whole a whole scope. You got cybersecurity, okay, cybersecurity. What is cybersecurity? Well, you got endpoint. You're gonna manage endpoint security on the computers. You're gonna manage security on the network devices. You're gonna evaluate processes between people, how people communicate, how they do things, and they try to make it zero trust. So you have a good framework to avoid as much as you want, to being hacked or being scam or being any fraud transaction out there between your company. You try to avoid any possible situation between your company, your systems, and then you can learn about zero trust networking, which is another thing. So again, EduTech, networking training, my coaching, Jorge Avalo and Avalos Cloud Native Technologies, which you can check over here on my website. Check this link, okay? And you got Cloud Underground, which is this private dojo that you see right here. And this dojo right here, as you can see, there is many areas: platform engineering, data lake houses, cybersecurity, personal branding. That's another thing I forgot to talk about. So if you join this program, we have someone in my team who is dedicated to marketing, which she can share that with you. Someone dedicated to personal branding. In case you want to start your own business and start providing services, well, this is the best way because you partner with Cloud Underground and my own side business that I do. And then, hey, listen, if I cannot do it, maybe you can do it. Maybe someone in the team can do it. Maybe some of the students can do the job. So this is how we work: referral, training, learning together, and knowing what you do, what you don't know, what you could learn, what you can learn or not, you cannot learn. So we can evaluate exactly what you fit. Maybe eventually, maybe this is gonna grow a lot more. And I'm pretty sure that Cloud Underground is looking for people who knows marketing and stuff like that. So maybe it's time for you to engage into doing a different role you never done before, aside from computers. If you haven't done computers, maybe there is something else. The truth is that there is room for everybody. There is room for improvement. That's why I'm adding um, personal branding, marketing, and now I have a dedicated team who is taking care of all that. So again, I'm Jorge Avalo. I'm waiting for you to step in and say, listen, I would love to get your help. I want to start a career. I have the $999, so $1,000 down for you to start coaching me with the groups that you're putting together for the network training, coaching, and cloud on the ground, private community. And then you never do tech alone. That's the thing. So doing tech alone, it could be boring, could be hard. It could be an easy way to say goodbye. This is not for me. But that's what I do. I try to engage what you can do, and try to coach you and say, listen, this is the way you're gonna follow these steps to get to cybersecurity or to network engineering or to be a cloud native person, open source. So, um, and just get you, my goal is to get you to sell yourself out there and get a job and start your own business if you like to, and to partner up with us because the moment we're building assets, when I say assets, have been software, tools, stuff that will help us to improve a system, or will have, or actually have a real use case out there. We love the challenges. So um, it's Tuesday, March 18, 20, yeah, 2025 already. And then please reach out to me, Jorge Avalo, Montreal, Canada. And again, this is not just from Montreal, but across the country. Have a good day and enjoy your night.